Teachers are the very foundation of a free and democratic society. And when teachers are committed to teaching patriotism and Americanisms to their students, those students grew up to be civically responsible leaders. In our effort to celebrate the work these patriotic and dutiful teachers do every day in their classroom, it brings me great pleasure to introduce the 2023-2024 National Citizenship Education Teacher of the Year, representing grades K through 5, Eugene V. Struzik, the third of Dodge City, Kansas. Eugene, Eugene, an Air Force veteran with 26, per diem. Eugene, an Air Force veteran with 26 years of service, hit the ground running as a new teacher in 2019. His military experience helped him connect with students and allows him the opportunity to enrich their lives while reminding them of their civic responsibility and the true cost of freedom. As a 5th grade teacher at Northwest Elementary School in Dodge City, Kansas, he was named the elementary school winner for his efforts to instill patriotism among his students and community. He has coordinated Veterans Day commemorations and established the program Project Mail Call, honoring our veterans, which allowed his students the opportunity to write cards to veterans embarking on a Kansas honor flight. Please join me in welcoming Eugene V. Struzik III, sponsored by Harold Gottschall, VFW Post 1714 in Dodge City, Kansas.
The Veterans of Foreign Wars takes pride in recognizing Eugene V. Struzik III from Northwest Elementary School in Dodge City, Kansas, as the 2024 Teacher of the Year, grades K through 5.
So I want to say thank you to our Commander-in-Chief, Sarmiento. Thank you so much. And good morning, comrades, auxiliary members, and our special guest. I stand before you immensely grateful and very honored. In recognition of this great award that I just received, I want to thank the VFW for all their help in getting me to this point. It's all the support. And when we talk about support, I want to first and foremost talk about my family. If it wasn't for my wife and her support that she gives me, I would not be able to do the things I do. And she is the biggest supporter that I have. I also want to thank my daughter, who is here today, as she continuously reminds me of the curiosity that children have and just how important it is for us to be able to nurture that education as we move forward. Teaching, as you know, is not just a profession. It becomes a way of life, and it's a part of who we are. My military career, I've always leaned back into it to be able to figure out what is best and how can I put that to make our message, our story of service, sacrifice, and citizenship important to them. And it's by incorporating all these things that they were talking about, Project Mail Call, Veterans Day celebrations, cards for veterans during Valentine's Day, that gave my students and all the students in Northwest Elementary School that ability to do that hands-on, to see the sacrifices that were made by our veterans and to understand that story. Because if we don't tell our story, our students will never understand just how precious our freedom is and how special our country is. And it's only through us sharing that. And so I want to thank you. I had a whole speech, but I was told 2 minutes. So I want to thank you for this profound honor and the service that it means to me. And it means that I'm going to continue to carry on that torch and to keep on doing that journey. And I know with the support of my wife and my fellow colleagues at the school, USD 443 and all their support, through the help of my own post, 1714, and all of my comrades from Kansas, we'll continue this mission and continue to bring our story to the forefront and to honor our veterans and to teach our students what it means to be a citizen and their responsibilities and how precious our freedom is. Thank you. May God bless us, may God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
Next, I'm very pleased to introduce the 2024 National Citizenship Education Teacher of the Year, representing grades 6 through 8, Monica Galloway of Laurel, Maryland. Monica is an Army veteran. That's cute, really. An Army veteran and 6th grade math teacher at the Dwight D. Eisenhower Middle School in Laurel, Maryland, is known for her dedication to increasing participation in her county's Junior Reserve ROTC Training Corps, JROTC, and her implementation of the initiative Immigrant Experiences, an instructional program to help promote diversity and build stronger, culturally responsive and supportive classrooms. Galloway served in the U.S. Army for more than a decade before embarking on her 19-year teaching career. Her time as an Army officer has helped her understand firsthand how important connecting the military and veterans community with today's youth is. The experience has led directly to an 80 to 100% increase in JROTC participation in her county, helping to ensure a stronger pool of candidates who go on to proudly defend our nation. She works tirelessly to increase and improve training programs for her fellow teachers, ensuring that every student in her district receives the best education experience possible. Please join me in welcoming Monica Galloway, sponsored by J. Paul Duke Jr. Memorial Post 9376 in Clinton, Maryland.
The Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States takes pleasure in recognizing Monica Galloway from Dwight D. Eisenhower Middle School in Laurel, Maryland as the 2024 Teacher of the Year for grades 6 through 8.
Whoa, hello.
Hello.
VFW, whoa. I gotta take a minute, because I tell you this is an awesome honor and a privilege to stand before you. I never saw war, but I was ready to go until today, and still today, I honor and I must salute you for this gracious honor of reaching into our classrooms across America to let those of us who go unseen and unheard, that what we do matters. It is, I so appreciate the love that I've received since the moment I stepped off the plane. And even as I step and I listen and I hear the great works, being able to meet Cadet Jones, that is why I do what I do, so that we can have our students take their rightful places, so we secure the America that all of us have served and defended. And I take grievance with the remarks of the commander of the desecration of Old Glory. Woo. I have a speech here, yes, I do, and we're gonna get to it, but you know when you give a teacher a mic, you're in trouble. And a captive audience at that, oh my goodness. But I won't belabor too long. I first give honor to God, and it is a privilege, honor to be chosen as the 2023-2024 Teacher of the Year for middle school. My journey started as a dependent. My father served in the United States Army for almost 30 years. Put some gut in there, yes. And he lays to rest at Arlington National Cemetery. And I stand making sure the students that I serve, because this is a ministry. If you're a teacher, it's a ministry. It is not a job, it's a ministry. And I believe that if we do not tell our students our future, our past, they will not be prepared for the future. I stand, my father is my inspiration. And I served in the military, and I'm a veteran. I did not retire, but I appreciate what it taught me. And subsequently, life happened, and 24 years ago, God placed me in the classroom. Little did I know that that military training was prepare me for the battlefield of the classroom. You see, when I walked into my first classroom, I left that day and I cried and I got on my knees. I said, Lord, what have I done? I walked into a middle school and my classroom, I was like, oh my goodness, give me back my good military job. Oh my goodness, what have I done? But I'm thankful that I was able to stay there and see and to learn and understand the power of teaching. I had the best of both worlds. When I became a teacher, I worked for the United States Air Force. Yes, many of you all may know about Civil Air Patrol, the National Auxiliary of the Air Force. I served from a volunteer until absolute coming the Tuskegee Airmen Cadet Squadron Commander. And as I stand here before you, and I look out at your faces, and I'm scared, y'all, I'm scared, forgive me. And I met with the Tuskegee Airmen at Bowling Air Force Base as I asked them to graciously take their name as the squadron name from middle school. And after I got done crying and being honored by the presence of some of those who were still living in 2000, I am gracious. So I stand before you, thanking you for your work. I'm going to skip the next 5 pages. But I would be remiss to say that every once in a while, we get to see the fruits of our labor. I celebrate knowing I played a part in the lives of the current soldiers who are now serving in the United States military, no matter what branch it is. I am grateful from hearing from my students who are serving and serve as police officers, firefighters, who have gone forth and understand service before self, the core values that the Army taught me. We don't stand and look for problems. As a soldier, we find solutions and we act. So I am grateful for you reaching into the classrooms and telling that teacher who feels forgotten, who feels devalued. And thank you, VFW, for seeing me, for giving me a voice. And I will use this voice to continue to make sure that our students do not forget the honor that they take so casually, that the people who have served and defended to make that happen. Thank you, VFW. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for hearing me. God bless America, and God bless you. Thank you.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Last but certainly not least, I'm pleased to welcome the 2024 National Citizenship Education Teacher of the Year representing grades 9 through 12. Edward M. Graff of Bridgewater from the great state of New Jersey. Edward is an Army veteran. Guys are weird, man. And a high school social studies teacher at Somerset County Vocational and Technical High School in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Edward was selected for the continued enthusiasm and energy he brings to his classroom and for his dedication to honoring America's service members, veterans, and Gold Star families through multiple student-led events and his establishment of Proud to Be an American Day, which honors the service of those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. A 21-year career teacher, his military service has provided valuable insight to educating students on the importance of service and of the debt we owe America's fallen service members and veterans. His encouragement of student-led events to benefit local Gold Star families, complete with veteran guest speakers and a positive glimpse into the military experience for students considering joining the service, continues to leave an incredible mark. Please join me in welcoming Edward M. Graff, sponsored by Bernardsville Memorial, VFW Post 7858 in Bernardsville, New Jersey.
The Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States is proud to present Edward M. Graff from Somerset County Vocational and Technical High School, located in Bridgewater, New Jersey, the 2024 Teacher of the Year, grades 9 through 12.
It's a sincere honor for me to be here today. I can't tell you how grateful I am for this award. I served as a light infantry soldier after I got out of college, and I wanted to serve my whole life. I had a really tough time in the military. It was a really hardcore unit, and it was hard to come out. I want to thank Jesus Christ for being here today. Without him, I wouldn't be here today. I also want to say how thankful I am for the VFW. The VFW has been there for me with any school programs I've ever had to do, 110%. The guys from New Jersey are great. The Basking Ridge, Bernardsville Post, Fred Bueller, District 15. This man, Jim Weiser, is such a mentor to me. He's an amazing man. I'm so thankful for him and all the guys there. Thank you, Jim. The reason why I did these programs at school was when I got out of the Army, and I tell you, in the combat arms in the Army, it was very tough. Okay, very tough missions and so forth. Some of my friends were still serving in Iraq. I didn't serve in Iraq, but afterwards they went on to serve in Iraq. And we had kids in the class that didn't want to salute the flag, and they tell me things, and I'll use the vernacular, America sucks, I hope America loses. I was shocked at this. Now, they're not learning these values at home. Like my father was a Vietnam veteran, highly decorated. Tomorrow will be the 1-year anniversary where we lost him. He was a crew chief and flight engineer in Vietnam on a Chinook helicopter. Here's his picture in 1967. We lost him 1 year ago, and I know my father's looking down at me today, and he's proud of me. My mom and dad took me to the Memorial Day parades. They took me to these things. We used to be like 4 to 6 deep at the Memorial Day parade in Union. You had to get there early for a spot at the parade. Unfortunately, it's not like that in a lot of cases today. And these kids aren't learning these things from home. So I said, we got to do something about this. So we started honoring Gold Star families and bringing these guest speakers at a program called Proud to Be American Day. It's like a Memorial Day type program. And the kids would say, you know, Mr. Graff, we do have a good country. I realize this. These people sacrifice for our nation. And there are a lot of people that, unfortunately, in education aren't rah-rah America. In fact, I was told, Ed, you'll never get Teacher of the Year. Well, here I am now at the VFW National Teacher of the Year. That's what I learned in the Army as a light infantryman. You adapt, you overcome, you keep going, you give it your all, and you find a way to make it work. And that's what we did. I was told you'll never get a helicopter to come into your school. Well, last year we had 5 helicopters come to our school. I was told you'll never get the Army Golden Knights parachute team to jump at your school. They only jump at like 40,000, event of 40,000 attendees or more. Well, we had the Army Golden Knights parachute team jump at our school. We didn't take no for an answer, because like all of you, you fought for our nation. Well, we're fighting for our nation in our classroom. We're not going to let this go. The truth is, this is a war for the future of our nation. With these young people, they have to be taught these great things about our country. We're not perfect. We got to make some things different in the future. We got to learn. But these students need to be presented things that are factual about our country. We do have a great country, and they need to learn that. So we've had this Proud to Be an American Day. So we have a short clip here of, and by the way, no government or school funds are used for this, and we were told you'll never get any government or school funds, you'll never make it happen. Well, this past 17 years, we've raised over $200,000, and the students and I, through donations, raised over $30,000 last year. And here's our professional production video we'll show you now of our event.
American girls and American guys will always stand up and salute. We'll always recognize where we see old glory flying. There's a lot of men dead, so we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down our heads. My daddy served in the army when he lost his right eye, but he flew a flag in the front yard to the day that he died. He wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation we love has fallen under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back until we could see clearly through our big black eye. Then we lit up the world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And an eagle will fly, then it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing a bell, and it feels like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Justice will be served and the battle will rage. This big dog will fight when you rattle his cage. And you'll be sorry that you messed with the US of A. We'll put a boot in your butt. It's the American way. Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And an eagle will fly, then it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell. And it feels like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All
Honestly, this is one of the best days of my life to be here with you today. And I'm so proud. We have such targets on our back for doing these type of programs. I will tell you to ask your children or grandchildren what they're learning at school. Keep getting into the schools, talk to the young people, teach them about our country. There's so much they can learn from you. And we're gonna keep up this fight. And VFW, let's do it together. We're gonna educate this next generation of young people in America, and we're gonna keep our country going. Thank you so much, VFW.